to speak to Mr Francis. "It is of no use to stay longer, I'm afraid, my lad," he whispered, "unless we wait and see whether the hut is left empty when the expedition party comes back, though I fear they will not come back until morning." "What are you going to do then?" I said. "Ask Francis to suggest a better hiding place for us, where we can go tonight and wait for another opportunity." I sighed, for I was weary of waiting for opportunities. "Fast asleep, poor fellow," he whispered, coming back so silently that he startled me. "Where's the black?" I turned sharply to where Jimmy had been curled up, but he was gone. I crept a little way in 2 or 3 directions, but he was not with us, and I said so. "How dare he go?" the doctor said angrily. "He will ruin our plans." "What's that?" "Gyp," I said, as the dog crept up to us and thrust his head against my hand. "Jack Penny is getting anxious. It is a signal for us to come back." "How do you know?" "We agreed upon it," I said. "He was to send the dog in search of us if we did not join him in 2 hours, and if we were in trouble I was either to tie something to his collar or take it off." "Do neither," said the doctor quietly. "Look, they are lighting a fire. The others must have come back." I turned and saw a faint glow away over the right corner of the hut, and then there was a shout and the shrill cries of some women and children. In a moment there was a tremendous excitement in the hut before us, the savages swarming out like angry bees, and almost at the same moment the whole shape of the great long hut stood out against the sky. "The village is on fire," whispered the doctor. "Back, my boy. Francis, quick!" He shook the sleeping man, whom all at once I could see, and he rose rather feebly. Then we backed slowly more and more in amongst the trees, seeing now that one of the light palm leaf and bamboo huts was blazing furiously, and that another had caught fire, throwing up the cluster of slight buildings into clear relief, while as we backed further and further in amongst the trees we could see the blacks, men, women, and children, running to and fro as if wild. "Now would be the time," said the doctor. "We might take advantage of the confusion and get your father away." "Yes," I cried excitedly. "I'm ready." "Stop for your lives!" said a voice at our elbow, and turning I saw Mr Francis with his swarthy face lit up by the fire. "You could not get near the hut now without being seen. If you had acted at the moment the alarm began you might have succeeded. It is now too late." "No, no!" I cried. "Let us try." "It is too late, I say," cried Mr Francis firmly. "The village is on fire and the blacks must see you. If you're taken now you will be killed without mercy." "We must risk it," I said excitedly, stepping forward. "And your father too." I recoiled, shuddering. "We must get away to a place of safety, hide for a few days, and then try again. I shall be stronger perhaps then and can help." "It is right," said the doctor calmly. "Come, Joe, patience." I saw that he was right, for the fire was leaping from hut to hut, and there was a glow that lit up the forest far and wide. Had any one come near we must have been seen, but the savages were all apparently congregated near the burning huts, while the great sparks and flakes of fire rose up and floated far away above the trees, glittering like stars in the ruddy glow. "Go on then," I said, with a groan of disappointment, and Mr Francis took the lead once more, and the doctor following, I was last. "But Jimmy," I said, "we must not leave him behind." "He will find us," said the doctor. "Come along." There was nothing for me to do but obey, so I followed reluctantly, the glow from the burning village being so great that the branches on the trees stood up clearly before us, and we had no difficulty in going on. I followed more reluctantly when I remembered Gyp, and chirruped to him, expecting to find him at my heels, but he was not there. He has gone on in front, I thought, and once more I tramped wearily on, when there was a rush and a bound, and Gyp leaped up at me, catching my jacket in his teeth and shaking it hard. CHAPTER 39. How we took a last look round and found that it was time to go.